Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here, and now continuing the Star Wars movie reviews, now jumping into the original trilogy. Here's my review of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Yeah, so, what can I say about this movie that people haven't said already? I mean, yeah, this is just, it is really, really, really good. Yeah, I mean, this is just a great movie. Yeah, I mean, I have said that the prequels I do like, and these are good, and yeah, I think pretty much everyone can agree that the original trilogy is classic. Yeah, I mean they're classics, and yeah, this is just a real great movie, and it's just yeah, there's so many great moments in it, and yeah, I mean yeah, yeah, this was the original Star Wars movie, and yeah, this really did open the movies up with a bang. Yeah, yeah, some people just refer to this movie as just Star Wars, like it's just called the original Star Wars. Yeah, while it has been given the name of Episode 4, A New Hope. Yeah, just a great movie. Yeah, seen it so many times since I was a little kid. Yeah. For those wondering, yes, when I was a little kid, I did watch the original trilogy before I saw the prequels. So yeah, in case anybody's wondering, I did watch the original trilogy even before the prequels were released. Yeah. And so, yeah, I do like the original trilogy. I mean, I love the movies just like I do the prequels. Yeah, I mean, I just love all the movies. Yeah, I mean, just great. I mean, yeah, you guys have probably even seen before in some of my previous videos from a long time ago. I even have like these movie posters of the original movie. Yeah, have the original poster right here, and then the special edition right here. So yeah, and yeah, you can also like see up there that I have like a Return of the Jedi style thing when it was like originally titled Revenge of the Jedi. So yeah, there was that up there. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, yeah, this is just a great movie. I mean, has Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Alec Guinness, yeah, of course, James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader. Have Peter Cushing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just a lot of great actors in this movie, and yeah, this was also under the direction of George Lucas. Yeah, if you go by the movies from like Episode 1 to Episode 6, this is actually the last one under George Lucas's direction. So yeah, George Lucas didn't direct Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, just like I said, what can I say about this that people haven't said already? Yeah, I mean, there has been, of course, some dumb changes made to it, like who shoots first and yeah, and just yeah, all that stuff I talked about before when I made the video about the changes to the original trilogy. Yeah, it still does not ruin how great the movie really is, and yeah, this is just a great movie. I would give this 3.75 stars out of 4. Yeah, yeah. This movie is set 19 years since the events of Revenge of the Sith, and yeah, have all the new characters. Well, new characters, aka original characters. Yeah, there's Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Obi-Wan. There's Darth Vader. So yeah, as I jump into these reviews, there'll be different characters. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I really shouldn't say like new characters because yeah, I mean, yes, technically the ones in the prequels are new characters and these are the original characters, but yeah, they're still different characters. I'll just say that. And yeah, just like I said, really, really, really great movie. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just yeah, I can just pretty much watch all the Star Wars movies, and just love them as much as I did before when I was younger. I mean, it doesn't really matter how old I get, I always still enjoy all of the movies. So, yeah. Let me just get right into it. So the movie opens, yeah, have the 20th Century Fox logo and the Lucasfilms, yeah. I liked how, like, despite how they have the movie be re-released, like, this is the 2004 version, I like that, despite them having, like, the updated 20th Century Fox logo and the Lucasfilm stuff, they still have, like, the old school style, how the 20th Century Fox music sounded, like, when it was originally released. I liked how they still kept, like, the original tune and they didn't update it to, like, how the music has been, like, improved, should we say. So yeah, I like that they still kept the original music for the original tune for the 20th Century Fox logo for when this movie was originally released. But yeah. The a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and then the opening crawls. And yeah, they still, yeah, and the tune for this was also kind of, like, older sounding too, yeah. And yeah, like the Star Wars title, it actually like zoomed out faster than the other films do, yeah. And it was just saying like the Rebel had stolen the Empire's secret plans for the Death Star, and yeah, Princess Leia was racing home aboard her starship, yep, and so she can save, like, restore freedom to her people in the galaxy. Yeah, there was that. And then it panned down to over Tatooine, where had the Rebel ship passing by, and it was being chased by Imperial Star Destroyer. Or yeah, and yeah, this was the same Rebel ship that was used in Revenge of the Sith by like Bail Organa, Obi-Wan, and Yoda. Yeah. And then yeah, the Rebel ship got hit by the Star Destroyer, and then yeah, we saw C-3PO and R2-D2 aboard the ship, and had some like Rebel fighters. There's like gathering, like with their guns held up against the entranceway. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. And then, yeah, C-3PO was saying that they shut down the main reactor and that they would be destroyed for sure. And C-3PO just told R2 that there would be no escape for the princess this time. And then it showed, like, the Rebel ship being actually captured by the Star Destroyer. And then, yeah, the stormtroopers then invaded the Rebel ship, and yeah, they were like, battling with the Rebel fighters, and yeah, just, yeah, members from different sides got, like, destroyed. Yeah, and as they were, like, firing back and forth at each other, like, C-3PO and R2-D2 passed by. And then it showed, like, Princess Leia, you know, like, placing the secret plans for the Death Star and R2. Ooh, yeah. And then, yeah, eventually Darth Vader then walked aboard the Rebel ship. Yeah. And then, yeah, the Rebel fighters were captured by the stormtroopers. And, yeah, they were arrested. Yeah. And then, yeah, Darth Vader was trying to ask, well, he was trying to get another person aboard the Rebel ship to tell him where the plans were and who the ambassador is on the ship. But then, yeah, he grabbed him by the throat and rose him in the air. But then, yeah, as he was questioning the person, the guy, yeah, the guy just ended up dying from being strangled. Yeah, and then, yeah, Darth Vader ordered the stormtroopers to tear the ship apart until they found the plans, and he wants the passengers alive. And then they found Leia, and Leia was able to shoot down one of the stormtroopers, but then another one stunned her, making her pass out. And then, yeah, and then C-3PO and R2-D2 then, like, were able to, like, sneak off the ship from inside of an escape pod, and that escape pod jettisoned off. Yeah. Yeah, and then, yeah, the, like, Imperial officers could see, but it taking off, but, yeah, they detected no life form, so they decided not to blast it. They thought it may have been a malfunction, and then one of the Imperial commanders told Darth Vader about it, and he felt that maybe the Death Star plans were actually on the escape pod, and he ordered a fleet to go down to Tatooine and see actually what was inside the pod, and that there'd be no one to stop them this time. Yeah. And then C-3PO and R2-D2 landed on Tatooine. And then yeah, they went in different directions because C-3PO felt that there were settlements one way, and R2 said that there were settlements another way. So yeah, and yeah, C-3PO just decided to leave R2 on his own. Yeah, C-3PO then like felt that R2 just tricked him into going the way he did, and since he couldn't find, there wasn't anything where in the direction he was walking. And then C-3PO saw something that he thought was a transport, which, well, I won't actually reveal what it is yet, but yeah, let me just say that it wasn't a transport. Yeah, and C-3PO was actually calling to it for help. And then it showed R2 going through another part of Tatooine where he was then blasted and taken by Jawas. So yeah, it was actually a Jawa sandcrawler that C-3PO found, and yeah, the Jawas also captured R2. So yeah, both C-3PO and R2-D2 were now being held by Jawas. Yeah. And then yeah, they were taken to the Lars home where had Luke, of course, Luke Skywalker, and then yeah, he was with his aunt and uncle, Owen and Beru. Yeah. And yeah, then Aunt Beru just told Luke to remind his Uncle Owen to get a droid that can speak Bachi. And then yeah, Uncle Owen then decided to take two droids, which one was an R5 unit named R5D4, and then yeah, he decided to take C-3PO, since he was able to speak Bachi. Then yeah, as Luke was taking them to the garage to clean them up, he saw that R5 actually had a bad motivator, and then yeah, then they just decided to take R2 instead, after C-3PO told Luke that R2 was actually in prime condition. So yeah, so R2 and C-3PO were sold to the Lars family, the Lars house, and Luke. Yeah, and as Luke was cleaning C-3PO and R2 up, he saw that there was like something jammed inside of R2, and then yeah, part of a message that Leo actually had R2 record was playing, and it was just kept repeating the part, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." Yeah, Luke was wanted to like see the entire message, but R2 said that it's just it was just like private, and only Obi-Wan Kenobi could actually see it. And when Luke heard the name Obi-Wan, he thought that it may have been old Ben Kenobi. Because Obi-Wan, like, in order to like hide himself, he decided to change his name to Ben Kenobi. And he was saying that Ben lives on on another part of the planet. And C-3PO told Luke that if Luke took off R2's restraining bolt, that he may be able to see the entire message. But then when R2's restraining bolt was taken off, like, the message just stopped playing. And then as Luke went to have lunch with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, he was telling them that he feels that the R2 unit may have been stolen, and he came across a recording with Obi-Wan Kenobi, And yeah, Uncle Owen was just telling Luke that he doesn't think that Obi-Wan is even around anymore, and that he died right around the same time as his father. And yeah, he was telling Luke that he wants him to take R2 to Anchorhead the following day to have its memory wiped. And then Luke was like then telling them that if the droids are actually good for him, that he wants to submit his application to the Academy and for the rebellion. But Uncle Owen was telling Luke that he needs him to stick around for the harvest, and that was for an extra season, and then he can go to the Academy. Yeah, and Luke wasn't happy that he kept having to stay behind, and he wasn't able to allowed to join the rebellion like the rest of his friends. And Emperor was telling Owen that joining the rebellion means so much to Luke, and that he just has too much of his father in him. And then Uncle Owen told her that that's what he's afraid of. And then it showed Luke watching the sunset, and have that great John Williams score, the Binary Sunset or whatever it's called. Yeah, I mean that score is just great. And then and later on, R2 then would just took off and went to search for Obi-Wan, and Luke and C-3PO had to wait until the following morning to go look for him because it'd be too dangerous with all the sand people all around. And so then they went to look for R2 the next morning on Luke's sand speeder, and and Uncle Owen saw that Luke was gone, and along with C-3PO and R2, and Emperor just told Owen that Luke told her that he had some things to do before he started that day. And Uncle Owen just said that Luke better have the droids repaired by midday or they'll be hell to pay. And then as Luke and C-3PO were looking for R2, you could see some sand people watching them, and then the sand people took some banthas basically to follow. Then they eventually found R2, but then R2 kept blabbering about Obi-Wan, and then he was starting to, C-3PO then was translating for R2, saying that there were several creatures approaching from the southeast, and Luke felt that it was sand people or worse. And then when Luke and C-3PO went to go have a look, Luke saw that there were the two banthas, but then he couldn't see any sand people at first, but then he saw one just walking around the banthas, and then another one then popped up, and then it attacked Luke, and then Luke was just unconscious. And R2 was trying to hide from the sand people. As the sand people were like rummaging through Luke's sand speeder, then Obi-Wan then appeared, and the sand people then just bailed. Well, then Obi-Wan then revealed his he took off his hood and revealed who he was. And Luke saw that it was Ben Kenobi, and then he was telling Ben why he was out there, and saying R2 was searching for his old master and claimed to be the property of an Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he asked Ben if he was a relative of his, and then Ben was saying that he hasn't heard the name Obi-Wan in a long time, and that he wasn't dead like Uncle Owen told Luke. And he then said that he was actually Obi-Wan, and said that he hasn't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since before Luke was born. But that wasn't true. If you've seen the end of Revenge of the Sith, and then Obi-Wan then brought Luke, C-3PO, and R2 to his home, and then and Obi-Wan was telling Luke about his time as a Jedi, and he was fighting in the Clone Wars, and he talked to Luke about his father, and Luke was saying that he wished he knew him, and Obi-Wan was telling Luke that his father was the best star pilot in the galaxy, and he understood that Luke has actually become quite the pilot himself, and then he gave Luke his father's lightsaber, saying that his father wanted him to have when he was old enough, but his uncle wouldn't allow it. And he gave Luke the lightsabers, and Luke opened it up, and this was actually the first time that we actually saw the lightsaber. yeah, Obi-Wan was telling Luke that for over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice before the Empire. And when Luke asked how his father actually died, we have of course, the lie from Obi-Wan. And Obi-Wan told Luke that there was the young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of his and before he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights, and he betrayed and murdered Luke's father. Liar! I told him that Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force, and yeah, Obi-Wan just told Luke what the Force really was, that it's what gives a Jedi his power and it's an energy field. And yeah, he searched for the message that R2 had from Princess Leia, and then he found the whole thing and it played, and yeah, it had Leia was telling Obi-Wan that years ago he served her father in the Clone Wars, and that mission to bring the plans to Alderaan has failed, and that he must deliver the droid safely to her father on Alderaan, and yeah, she had the plans inside. Yeah, and at the very end it had help. Her saying, "Help the Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." And yeah, Obi-Wan told Luke that he must learn the ways of the Force, and he should come with Obi-Wan to Alderaan. And yeah, at first Luke was like declining, like was turning it down because he said that he had to get home, and yeah, he was already in for it as it was. And yeah, he just didn't know how he could actually explain what was going on to his uncle. And yeah, Luke was saying that he hates the Empire, but there's nothing he could do about it right now. And then yeah, Obi-Wan just told him he learn the ways of the Force. And, yeah, Luke then just told Obi-Wan that he could take Obi-Wan as far as Anchorhead, and there he could get a transport to wherever he's gonna go. Yeah, and then they eventually saw that there was the Jawa Sandcrawler that had been attacked, and at first Luke thought that it was the Sand People that did it, but then Obi-Wan told Luke that they're just meant to think that the Sand People did it, and it was actually the Stormtroopers that did this. And then, yeah. And Luke realized that it was actually the same Jawas that sold the Mark II and C-3PO, and that he knew that they would then learn who the Jawas sold them to, and it would lead them back home. And then yeah, Luke just raced back home. And then yeah, we just saw that the Lars home had already been attacked. And yeah, we just saw it was like smoke coming from it, and then yeah, Luke saw the rotting corpses of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. And yeah, then Obi-Wan just told Luke that even if he was there wasn't anything he could have done. He would have just been killed also. And then yeah, and then after that was when Luke then decided to go with Obi-Wan to Alderaan, since there was nothing for him on Tatooine anymore, and that he wanted to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like his father. And then they traveled to Mos Eisley Spaceport to find a pilot to take them to Alderaan. And yeah, they then passed by some stormtroopers. And yeah, they were questioning Luke about how long he's had the droids, and they wanted to see his identification, but then yeah, Obi-Wan was just like using a mind trick on the stormtroopers. To get them to say that they don't need to see their identification, and they're not the droids they're looking for, and to just move along. Then they arrived at the Mos Eisley Cantina, where they were looking for a pilot to take them to Alderaan, and then yeah, Obi-Wan then came across Chewbacca, or Chewie. And yeah, Luke was then confronted by two wanted men that had the death sentence on 12 systems. And then yeah, Obi-Wan just then told the two that Luke's not worth the effort, and then yeah, they just shoved Luke out of the way and were attempting to kill Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan pulled out his lightsaber and just cut off the arm. one of the guy's arms. Yeah. And yeah, then Chewie then took Obi-Wan and Luke to Han Solo. And yeah, then Obi-Wan was telling Han, like, where they were actually, he wanted to go, and yeah, go to Alderaan, and yeah, the passengers were him, Luke, and C-3PO and R2. Yeah, and yeah, Han won like 10,000 in payment, but then yeah, they felt Luke just felt it was too much, and then yeah, Obi-Wan negotiated with Han to like pay him 2,000 now, and then 15 once they reach Alderaan, and then yeah, Han agreed to that, and then yeah, he sent Chewie back to the ship to get it ready. And then yeah, to come up with the money, Obi-Wan told Luke that he'd have to sell a speeder, and yeah, Luke just agreed and just said he would never be coming back to the planet again, but he did. Yeah. And yeah, we have then Greedo then confronted Han about and he told him that it's just too late to do anything for Jabba, and he should have paid him when he had the chance. And Jabba the Hutt put a price on his head so large that every bounty hunter in the galaxy will be looking for him. And yeah, Han was just telling him that even he gets bored sometimes and thinks he had a choice. And yeah, Greedo was telling Han that he could tell that to Jabba, and Jabba might only take a ship. And then yeah, eventually Han then shot and killed Greedo. Yeah, I won't even bother about the thing about who shoots first, because I've already talked about that before. And then yeah, we had the Jabba the Hutt scene, where like Jabba and other bounty hunters were like surrounding the Millennium Falcon, and then yeah, Han and Jabba were just talking about it. Han was telling Jabba the next time he wants to talk to him to just come see him himself. And he was telling Jabba that if he just gives him a little more time, he'll be able to pay him back and a little extra. And yeah, then Jabba then just took all the bounty hunters and left, and yeah, we actually saw one of the bounty hunters was Boba Fett. And yeah. And then Obi-Wan, Luke, C-3PO, and R2 who made it to the Millennium Falcon, and now we have the line, "What a piece of junk" from Luke. Yeah. And yeah, there was some, like, a creature that was actually spying on Luke and Obi-Wan for the stormtroopers, and then yeah, he told the stormtroopers where Luke and Obi-Wan were, and then yeah, Obi-Wan and Luke, yeah, everyone just like raced aboard the ship as like the stormtroopers found like on the Millennium Falcon, and they were trying to stop the ship from taking off, and yeah, then yeah, the Millennium Falcon then took off into space, and yeah, and then they jumped to light speed, and they were able to outrun like Imperial fighters. And yeah, in order to get some answers from Princess Leia from on where the Rebel base was, they threatened to test the powers of the Death Star to destroy the planet on Princess Leia's home planet of Alderaan. Yeah. And then yeah, the Grand Moff Tarkin, who was played by Peter Cushing, and yeah, he was like the general of the Death Star, and he was like trying to get the answers from Leia, and then Leia told Tarkin that the Rebel base was on Dantooine. And yeah, once they got the answer, they still went ahead and destroyed Alderaan anyway. So yeah, they just tricked Leia into telling them where the rebel base was, but it turns out that Leia was actually lying about it being on Dantooine, because yeah, later it said that there was a rebel base on Dantooine, but it's been deserted for some time, and so since Leia lied to them, Tarkin decided to have Leia terminated. Yeah, and yeah, Obi-Wan was trying to teach Luke on ways of the Force with the lightsaber. And yeah, Luke was just testing it out by blocking and gun blasts from like some small blasting droid or whatever it was. Yeah, yeah, he then like put a helmet on Luke with a blast shield down, blocking Luke's view, and just told him that his eyes could deceive him and to just stretch out with his feelings. And then yeah, Luke was able to still block the blasts. Yeah, and then yeah. Yeah, so Luke was starting to learn the ways of the Force, yeah. And then when they arrived at where Alderaan would have been, they saw that it wasn't there, and then Obi-Wan told Luke that it was destroyed by the Empire. And then they saw there was a TIE fighter that was actually following them. And then, yeah, they tried to chase the TIE fighter down, and they saw it was heading for the Death Star, and they thought that it was just a small moon that the TIE fighter was headed for. But then, yeah, Obi-Wan told them that it was no moon, it was a space station. And yeah, they were trying to like turn around from it, but yeah, the tractor beam from the Death Star ended up pulling them in. Yeah. And then they were able to like hide in like some floor compartments that Han had that he said he used for smuggling, as the stormtroopers were like searching around the Falcon to see if there were any passengers. There's aboard the ship, and yeah, they saw that they couldn't find anyone there. And then when a scanning crew came, and he was stuck aboard, or we heard like some like them calling to ask the stormtroopers for help, and yeah, a couple stormtroopers walked aboard the Falcon, and yeah, we just heard some blasting. And then yeah, like one of the like offices in the Death Star, or whatever you want to say it is. It is, yeah. Like, we saw them, like, opening the doors, and then, yeah, Luke and Han were, like, dressed in the Stormtrooper suits, and yeah, they were, like, tricking the Imperial officers, and then, yeah. And R2 located, like, the terminals on where, like, the power generators for the tractor beam, and yeah, C-3PO was saying that power shut down one terminal will shut down all the power for the tractor beam, and the ship should be able to leave. So Obi-Wan went to take out the tractor beam, and then yeah, then R2 then located that Princess Leia was on the Death Star. And she was on the detention level, scheduled to be terminated. And yeah, Luke wanted to go rescue the princess, but Han refused to at first. But then Luke brought up that she was rich and it would be a great reward. And then Han then agreed. So yeah, Luke came up with a plan to just like hold Chewie as prisoner and take him to the detention level. And they did, yeah. And then once they arrived at the detention level, they like took out all the Imperial officers, and then they located Leia in which cell she was in. And then as Han was trying to hold off some more Imperial officers from the intercom, like the Imperial officer asked actually who it was and what the operating number was, and then Han just blasted the intercom, and then he knew that they were gonna have some squad oncoming for after them, and then Luke then rescued Leia. Leia said that told Leia he was there to rescue her and that he's got her in there with Obi-Wan. And then Darth Vader then and like figured out that Obi-Wan was actually aboard the ship and that he must face Obi-Wan alone. And then stormtroopers then broke into the detention level and went after Han, Chewie, Luke, and Leia. And then they tried to contact C-3PO over a common link. see if there was any other way out, and it turned out there wasn't any other way out. And then yeah, they then decided they should just jump into the garbage chute. And yeah, they all went to the garbage masher. Yeah, Han tried blasting the door open, but it was magnetically sealed, and yeah, the blast just went all over kept bouncing off the walls. Yeah. Yeah, and then there was like some creature alive in the garbage masher, and yeah, I grabbed a hold of Luke's leg and just pulled him under the fluid. And I'm really not sure if it was water. Yeah, just pulled him into the fluid, I'll just say. Yeah. Yeah, and then it eventually just let go of Luke and it disappeared. And yeah, the walls from the garbage masher thing came together to mash it up. Luke tried to contact C-3PO again, but there was no answer. Or from C-3PO. Yeah, C-3PO and R2 were just trying to hide from the stormtroopers, and C-3PO just left the communicator on the desk of the computer, whatever it was, of the office they were in. Yeah, and then yeah, and C-3PO and R2 then like were at the main hangar across from the Millennium Falcon, trying to locate where the others were, and they found him, and then yeah, then like C-3PO was able to then communicated with Luke, and then yeah, Luke just told C-3PO and R2 to shut down all the garbage mashers on the detention level, and yeah, they were able to shut down the garbage masher just like right before the walls were like kind of like come together. Yeah. And then it showed like Obi-Wan then shutting down the power for the tractor beam. And then yeah, as some stormtroopers then like approaching, like Obi-Wan just was able to distract the stormtroopers for him to sneak off. And yeah, then yeah, Han, Luke, Leia, and Chewie then just tried to race to the Falcon and to get out of there. And then yeah, then they came across some stormtroopers, and Han and Chewie like chased after some stormtroopers one way, and then yeah, Luke and Leia ran another way where they were fighting off stormtroopers. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and I guess I might as well bring up this pathetic moment. At one point, as the stormtroopers were chasing Han and Chewie, they were ordering the blast doors to close, but yeah, and Han and Chewie were able to make it through before the doors closed, and yeah, so yeah, pretty pathetic. Yeah, that just shows like how incompetent the stormtroopers were in this trilogy. Yeah. Then Obi-Wan then came across Darth Vader, and then yeah, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan had like a lightsaber duel, but yeah, I'm gonna be pretty honest, this duel was pretty like, I don't want to say bad, but pretty pathetic. Yeah, it was just so slow, and yeah, we didn't really like feel like any intensity from this battle like we do like really with every other one in the series. So yeah. And then yeah, the stormtroopers could see like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan and fighting, and yeah, they went over in that direction. And then yeah, and as Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, and then R2 and C-3PO then went to go aboard the ship, Luke saw that Obi-Wan was fighting, and then yeah, Obi-Wan saw Luke, and yeah, Obi-Wan just stood up straight with his lightsaber. Yeah, then Darth Vader ended up killing Obi-Wan, but yeah, right when he killed Obi-Wan, like Obi-Wan just like disappeared, and all there was the robe and the lightsaber. Yeah. And yeah, once Obi-Wan was killed, Luke just screamed no, and yeah, they were just fighting off the stormtroopers some more, and then Luke like was able to blast the doors to prevent Darth Vader and more stormtroopers from getting involved in it. Yeah, and then we just heard Obi-Wan's voice telling Luke to run. Yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, they were able to escape from the Death Star. And yeah, then Luke was just distraught that Obi-Wan was gone first. And yeah, Leia just told Luke that there was nothing that he could have done about it. Yeah. And yeah. And then yeah, they were able to blast some other TIE fighters that were actually going after them. So yeah, there was that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We just had like Han Solo just like being like acting real selfish, and yeah, he was telling Leia that he's just in it for the money and the reward and stuff. Yeah, and then they arrived on the moon of Yavin, where the rebel base really was. And yeah, and then Leia showed them the commander of the rebellion, like the plan for the Death Star, and then yeah, and the commander was just telling the members of the rebellion like how to take out the Death Star, and told them that there was a hole like that led to the main reactor for the Death Star, and that it would only be 2 meters wide, and a direct hit should lead right to the center where it should cause the Death Star to explode. So yeah, and Luke finally was joining the rebellion here, and yeah, before Luke got aboard his X-wing, he went to Han, and yeah, it just showed that like Han got his reward and he was just taking off. Yeah, and yeah, Han was just saying that he had like debts to pay off and just stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, Luke just told Han to take care of himself and that he guess that's what he's best at. And yeah, Leia was just telling Luke that only Han can choose his own path or something. Yeah. And yeah, Luke saw his old friend Biggs, who was also part of the rebellion there, and was just saying that they have a bunch of stories to tell each other once they get back from destroying the Death Star, and yeah, there's that. And then yeah, we had the rebellion alien taking off to the Death Star to take it out. And yeah, we just had a bunch of rebellion members. You have like the red team that were in X-Wings, like there was like Biggs and Porkins and Wedge, and yeah, well, I'm not sure how many of you actually know this, but the guy that played Wedge in the original trilogy was actually the uncle of Ewan McGregor, who obviously played Obi-Wan in the prequel, so yeah, I don't know how many of you know that, but there's an interesting fact for you. Yeah, and it just showed like the Imperial fighters, like just taking out like members of the rebellion just one by one, and yeah, once the Red leader like had the seemed to like have a chance at blowing the Death Star up, and yeah, he had the chance to do it, but his shots didn't go into the targeting area that led to the main reactor, so yeah, that failed, and yeah, then Darth Vader then like boarded another TIE fighter ship, and then yeah, he had two other TIE fighters cover him, and then yeah, he was blasting some members of the rebellion. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, then Luke had an then Luke went to try to take out the Death Star, and then yeah, and he had like Wedge and Biggs covering for him, but then Wedge got hit, and yeah, he had to retreat, and then yeah, then Biggs got killed. Yeah, and then as Luke was like setting up, like looking through his targeting computer to actually see like how far he was from making the shot, he then heard like Obi-Wan's voice again telling him to just use the Force. And then yeah, Luke shut off his targeting computer and just decided to go for it on his own. Yeah, and then yeah, then Darth Vader like blasted out Luke's X-wing, but it turned out to just hit R2. And before Darth Vader could actually blast at Luke again, Han came back and then blasted one of the other TIE fighters. And then the other one like lost control and then like just hit Darth Vader's ship, and then that other TIE fighter just ended up being destroyed. And then yeah, Darth Vader's ship was just spinning like out of control, and then that gave Luke the opportunity to blow up the Death Star, and then he fired, and then yeah, his shots actually did go inside the targeting area. That led to the main reactor. And yeah, it just showed only a few ships that actually from the rebellion actually coming back, and then yeah, it showed the Death Star exploding, and being destroyed. Right, and then yeah, and Obi-Wan just told Luke that the Force will be with him always, and then yeah, and it showed Darth Vader then regaining control of the ship and just flying off. And then yeah, And then, yeah, when Luke came back, then he was just celebrating with Leia and Han, and it showed R2 was damaged pretty badly, and then, yeah, they just, and yeah, the people that made the, could say that they, people said that they could repair him, and they'd get to work on him, so yeah. And then, yeah, movie ended with the ceremony of life. Han and Luke being awarded medals for destroying the Death Star, but yeah, Chewie didn't get one for some reason. Like, I'm wondering why didn't Chewie get a medal too? I mean, he was part of destroying the Death Star also, but he got no medal. Only Han and Luke did. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, and then yeah, and then Child R2 was like completely fixed, and yeah, everyone just applauded Luke and Han, and yeah, that's how the movie ended. So yeah, like I said, 3.75 stars out of 4. Yeah, really great movie right here. Yeah, original trilogy, like I said, everyone can agree are classics. So yeah, yeah. All right, so yeah, that does it for my review of Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. Hope you guys enjoyed like this, and so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.